We know that the sheriff has a stockpile of guns, so hopefully he has some ammo to spare. But the issue is, the sheriff does not like Freddy, so he won't give us anything for free. Let's try to sweeten him up a little bit.
Score! Say, Sheriff, I know how much a law enforcement person like yourself enjoys a good hot cup of coffee every now and then.
Thanks, partner. But you know what? Something sweet would sure taste good right now.
Why, I bet that's true. I'll be glad to try and find you something to munch on. But in the meantime, I've been thinking about moving to another city, but I've got no bullets. I was wondering if you have any bullets that would fit an old .45.
Why, sure, son. Here, have a box of these Remingtons. No charge. They're on the county.
The sheriff mentioned something sweet. How about this apple pie?
Score!
Here you go, Sheriff Shift. I found some of Mom's nice hot apple pie for you. I know how much a law enforcing person like yourself enjoys sweet, fatty breakfasts.
Well, thank you. I've been so hungry, I could have ate a bar. This'll sure go good with that cup of coffee you brung me earlier.
Sheriff, do you have anything I could use to clean these old guns of mine before I leave town? They're mighty dirty, and I want to be prepared for my long journey.
Okay, son, but this gun cleaning kit'll be the last thing I give you. Now, get your guns cleaned, get your horse packed, and get your ass out of my town.
I'll think about it.
Sheriff Shift was so nice to give you his gun cleaning kit. He may be a low-down, evil, corrupt, two-timing, no-good varmint, but he's got the cleanest pistol in town, or so says Madam Overy. With the sheriff's cleaning kit, you lovingly clean and polish your old pistols till they're like new. Good thing you removed all that nasty rust from your barrel. Damn thing could have exploded right in your face.
Score!
And that would have been a shame, and possibly quite funny.
You slip the bullets in the chamber as the old memories come rushing back. And a few featuring you and your first cousin out behind the barn when you were both curious 8-year-olds.
Yeah, let's not go there. Where we are going to go is to the edge of town. If Freddy can actually leave. Srini is already there waiting for us.
Srini's waiting for you to start your target practice.
Alright, let's make a start.
Well, Srini, I think I'm ready to try some target shooting. You ready?
Certainly. I am without a desire to wait any further to stand in front of your blazing guns and take my life in your hands to help you perfect your shooting.
How do you want to start?
Perhaps it would be besting if you place some targets upon the fence posts for a commencement.
Okie dokie.
One of those bottles is full of water. Drink it before you do anything else.
No.
Those bottles would be making excellent target practice targets, Freddy, if it were not for the feeling of water in one of them. Drink up.
How about you drink up? What difference would it make if it was full of water or not? We can still shoot it. Well, we can't progress until this bottle is empty.
You take a swig of the water from the water tower. Uh-oh. Your stomach starts to make strange sounds. Your small intestine begins to whine. Your lower intestine starts complaining loudly. The water, obviously contaminated, has really opened up your sluices. You spend a few minutes in extreme discomfort. A few moments later, you emerge feeling refreshed.
Gee, that water's got a nasty kick to it.
Alright, let's make a start now. Yeah, I'd rather just continue on with the game and have an easy life. I'm not here to do any challenges.
Okie dokie, Freddy Pharkas. First we shall see if you can successfully strike the bottles from afar with the bullets of your pistol. Then I will toss the bottles up in the air and you may try to hit them in flight. Good luck and may the best man win.
As you can imagine, the more difficult levels make this a lot worse.
Score! Score! Very good, Freddy Pharkas. Let us try some quick drawing. Just make sure you hit the target and not me.
Well, where's the fun in that?
Score! I'm uploading myself inside. Now for the big challenge. 6 bottles all at once.
No, hold on.
Say, Freddy Pharkas, you are not so bad after all at the shooting gig.
Why, thanks, Srini. My life and the lives of every man, woman, and ruminant in this town depend on my being quick with a gun.
Did you not mention earlier that your life is in danger most forthcoming?
Something like that.
Might I then suggest that you might be excellent to placing a disguise upon your person, thereby making it to appearances that Freddy Pharkas has no longer around in this locality?
Good thinking, Srini. I'll need a disguise of some sort, something that will strike terror into the hearts of the bad guys. I know, a bat. I'll disguise myself as a bat, and you can be Srini, the boy wonder. Do you have any leotards?
Pardon me for asserting, but this bat thing is really hokey.
Ah, you're right. Too juvenile. Let's see. How about...
Might I suggest a skin-tight costume with flowing cape and placed upon the manly chest thereof a large F for Pharkas?
Nah, that'd never work. I don't want people to know I'm Freddy, remember?
Then perhaps you are needing to do something about that right ear. Or rather, the lack of that right ear.
Dang it, you're right. Everyone knows me as the one-eared pharmacist. I need to make a new one somehow. Maybe forge one out of metal or something. I'll give it some thought and meet you back at the pharmacy once I've completed my disguise.
Right, so we are going to remain looking like Freddy, dressing like Freddy, living in Freddy's place of business and home, but we are going to have a metal ear. Is this going to be some sort of Clark Kent situation? Well, let's have a look. We have this wax. Maybe we could make a mold out of it, but we have no knife. But we know someone who does.
The door swings open. From the back, you hear Chester's voice.
Help yourself. I'll be right out.
I wonder.
Hiya, Whittlin' Willie.
How'd the gunslinging go?
Great! I'm getting ready to leave town now.
Drop the leaving town bit, Sonny. I know what you're up to. This is my story, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Now finish putting that disguise together and get to it so we can get this town cleaned up once and for all.
Hey, you don't have to tell me twice.
Score!
Willie, I'm in need of a way to disguise my ear. Do you think you could do something creative with this? Something in the shape of an ear, perhaps?
Offhand, I'd say do it your dang self. My nap time's coming up shortly. I've had a hard day of whittling. But you could maybe do some lost wax casting with this sucker, and that'd do the trick.
Lost what?
Lost wax casting, son. What'd you do, sleep your way through metal shop?
I guess I must have. What's lost wax casting?
That's casting with an apostrophe, sonny, not an ing. Anyhow, you can make all sorts of things by making a wax positive, using clay to make a mold, then melting down the metal and pouring it into a mold. To make a mold, you carve whatever you want to cast out of wax, see? That's what we call a positive. Now, once you got the wax positive, you take some clay, see, and you packs the clay all around the positive. You just leave a little hole at the top so's you can get the wax out. So now you got your wax inside the clay. Well, you just heat that sucker up till the wax goes all oozy and you pour the wax out. That's the lost wax part, see? Now you got your empty clay mold, what we call a negative. You smelts down your metal and pours the metal into the negative. Once it hardens up, you can just scrape off the clay, and there you are. Did you get all that?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, that's what your restore button's for, kiddo. Now scrambooch.
Well, we have the wax, we have the clay, but we don't have the metal. And he did not carve the wax for us. Now, if we go back inside...
The door swings open. From the back, you hear Chester's voice.
Help yourself. I'll be right out.
For some reason, with no warning, Willie disappears.
It's Whittlin' Willie's authentic whittling knife.
Score!
You borrow Whittlin' Willie's knife for a while.
Just a short while.
With your newly acquired whittling skills, you carve the candle wax into the shape of an ear, one that should theoretically attach snugly to the remains of your original ear. But now look at the gunk on Willie's knife.
I'll toss this knife over here where Willie might find it. He'll probably think he dropped it here.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, we've already approached him with some wax. So I wonder who he will figure out who figured it. I wonder who will if he will figure out who took his knife. Oh, hello. Oh, whoa, who's this? No!
You return.
Yep.
It is good to look upon your eternally smiling countenance of face again.
Yeah, I've missed you too.
I was too busy talking out of my arse to realise there was a new NPC walking around.
Hey, Srini, let's get me dressed up. I'm ready to get into disguise.
No may do, Freddy Pharkas.
What? Why not?
You still lack for a way to disguise the mostly missing right ear.
Okay, so we now have this wax mold.
This handsomely carved wax ear looks very much like the one that bastard Kenny the Kid shot off so many years ago.
We have this clay.
You carefully pack the clay in and around the wax ear, leaving a small opening so that you can pour out the molten wax later. This clay mold still contains your original wax positive of your ear.
Well, that's the first step, or second.
It's a silver medallion recently awarded to Srini by the American Society of Salves, Holistic Ointments, Liniments, and Emollients salesmen. It was in honor of his impressive and yet oddly comforting display of Old Gampy's Fisherman Throat Gullet Descaler lozenges.
Score!
You carefully remove the medallion from the wall.
Srini will never miss this.
Freddy Pharkas, what in an entirely unsatisfactory afterlife are you doing with my finally earned silver medallion?
It's going to a good cause, Srini. It's going to help make Corsgold a safer, saner place to live.
I am hoping so, Freddy, for all the sakes.
Alright, we are going to need the heater for this one. Well, the lamp.
The wax in the mold slowly starts to melt. The melted wax runs out of the mold and spatters on the work table, resulting in an empty ear-shaped mold and a table with a severe case of waxy buildup. That just doesn't work like that.
Right, so where is the crucible? Right here.
The silver medallion slowly begins to melt. The medallion is nearly completely melted now. You now have a crucible containing molten silver.
Okay. Well, I was hoping to turn this fire off, but let's do our business before we do. Well, hold on. Yes. Right. We can't leave our inventory items on the shelf.
You quickly pour the molten silver into the empty mold. You scrape the clay off and discard it, leaving you with a gleaming silver ear. Beautifully done. With an ear like this, you could, dare I say it, rule the world.
Score!
It's your soon-to-be world-famous silver ear, symbol of truth, justice, and the pharmacological way.
Alright, I believe that we are done here.
You quickly lick your fingers and pinch out the alcohol lamp's flame.
Let's go and speak to Srini. Well, that's quite convenient.
Srini, I think I'm ready to get dressed.
Very good then. You start to dress and I will assist you in shortest order. Score!
With your boots, your clothes, your guns cleaned and loaded, your silver ear, and your lucky neckerchief, you're ready to get dressed and assume your identity as the gun-slinging stranger. You return to your penthouse suite high atop the glittering Pharkas Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Corsgold. There, Srini greets you and solemnly assists you in the final preening. It's a somber and yet somehow exciting event.
There you are, Freddy Pharkas. You are mostly indeed a picture of stately, mysterious strangeness. Nobody will be positive to recognize you now, at any time or place.
Thanks for your help, Srini. Coarse Gold owes you a debt of gratitude it can never repay. If anyone asks, Freddy Pharkas has left town. And if I don't come out of this alive, the pharmacy is yours.
That is of a true generous nature you are displaying, Freddy Pharkas. As for me, I would like to open a pharmacy on the reservation among my people. But whether that is fated to be or not is in the hands of someone who is not I. Luck be with you, Freddy Pharkas. I am proud.